John Cantlie used by ISIS leaders to be traded for freedom. Daily Mail Online. Captive British journalist John Cantlie, pictured before his kidnapping, is believed to be still alive and in the hands of ISIS. British journalist John Cantlie, who was captured by 6 years ago, has been kept alive by jihadist leaders be traded for their own freedom, Kurdish forces have said. ISIS is allegedly trying to use Mr. Cantlie and 2 other Western hostages as bargaining chips as US-backed Kurdish forces close in on the final pocket of jihadists in AA. Italian priest Paolo Dall'Olio, 64, and a female Red Cross nurse from New Zealand, whose identity has been withheld by the organization for her safety, were both feared to have been executed by ISIS. All 3 were captured on separate occasions during the ascent of the terrorist organization in 2012-2013, and if they are still alive, would have survived several years as ISIS prisoners. AAA. The trio are now being used by ISIS during negotiations with Kurdish forces, who have surrounded the few hundred remaining Islamist fighters in the Syrian province of Deir-ez-Zor, according to Kurdish army officials told the newspaper that all 3 have been mentioned by ISIS fighters and their family members captured recently, but stressed that this had not been verified. It comes after the UK Minister of State for Security Ben Wallace said he believed the photographer was still alive. However, the UK would not pay ransom for hostages such as Mr. Cantlie, Mr. Wallace told CNN. The photographer was captured by the terror group in November 2012 along with American reporter James Foley, who was later beheaded by the British ISIS terrorist who became known as Jihadi John A. Hope. Italian priest Paolo Dall'Olio, pictured in Syria before his kidnapping, has been presumed dead, but could now be among Western hostages being used as bargaining chips by desperate ISIS fighters. 2014 John Cantlie appears in a video 2 years after his capture by ISIS, wearing an orange jumpsuit and revealing how prisoners were waterboarded for trying to escape. The last public sighting of Mr. Cantlie was in a 2016 video, but a Kurdish official said last month that he was still believed to be in Syria. Mr. Cantlie's skills as a journalist have been exploited by ISIS in an attempt to lend credibility to propaganda films. In a video which emerged in March 2016, a thin-looking Cantlie was seen speaking about the bombing of Mosul University in Iraq. In 2014, he appeared in another video wearing an orange prisoner jumpsuit and revealing how prisoners were waterboarded for trying to escape. He also read out purported emails between his and the families of American captives who complained about Washington's refusal to negotiate their release. Last November, a former ISIS member told French magazine Paris Match that he saw Mr. Cantlie in the Syrian city of Raqqa, 300 miles from Mosul. 2016 A thin-looking Cantlie appears in another video discussing the bombing of Mosul University in Iraq. He told the magazine in October that he saw him 7 or 8 months ago, in my prison, with an interpreter. Mr. Cantlie had worked for several publications, including the Sunday Times, The Sun, and the Sunday Telegraph. He was captured in July 2012 but rescued by members of the Free Syrian Army, only to be kidnapped again later that year. A freed ISIS prisoner said he suffered weeks and weeks of torture after he tried to escape his terrorist prisoners. Fellow captive Javier Espinosa, a Spanish journalist, said Mr. Foley had escaped from a room but waited for Mr. Cantlie rather than run for freedom himself. The guards saw that Cantlie had freed himself and Foley could have tried to escape on his own, but gave himself up, Mr. Espinosa said. The Britain's sister, Jessica Cantlie, has previously appealed for direct contact with the militants holding him. The comments below have been moderated in advance. By posting your comment you agree to our Do you want to automatically post your Mail Online comments to your Facebook timeline? Your comment will be posted to Mail Online as usual. Do you want to automatically post your Mail Online comments to your Facebook timeline? Your comment will be posted to Mail Online as usual. We will automatically post your comment and a link to the news story to your Facebook timeline at the same time it is posted on Mail Online. To do this, you can choose on each post whether you would like it to be posted to Facebook. Your details from Published by Associated Newspapers Limited. Part of the Daily Mail, the Mail on Sunday Metro Media Group.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.